Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine. Marking a path for the next generation.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
A truck is a tool, but a Ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
a builder,
I coach,
culinary arts,
auditor,
a firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official, just go for it.
Take the plunge, open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyes2officiating.com.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, Consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Shry Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
At Shry Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Shry Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome back to Hunter Wright Stadium here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Continuing coverage here on the Southeast Sports Network of the 2024 opening round of the NAIA National Baseball Championships. This is the Kingsport bracket, and this is the championship round as we begin this evening. First pitch grounded down the line by Braden DeSonia. DeSonia will just get tagged out at first by the pitcher covering here for Tennessee Wesleyan. And so before we can get the intro done, we've got, we think, a ground out to first, but we're going to have at least a conversation here. And while they have a conversation, we'll get you more introductory material. Columbia College here at 39-15 on the year. Tennessee Wesleyan at 39-16. One team will walk away tonight with its 40th win of the season. If that's Tennessee Wesleyan, they'll also walk out of here with a bid to the 67th NAIA National Baseball World Series in Lewiston, Idaho, which begins 1 week from Friday, May the 24th. Tennessee Wesleyan unbeaten here in the bracket play, and so the Bulldogs will have to be defeated twice by the Cougars, once tonight and then once tomorrow in order for Columbia to advance. The Columbia Cougar lineup in right field, Braden DeSonia, just heard from him as he grounded out to first on a bang-bang play on pitch one, the second pitch of the game. Caden Nicoletto, the left fielder, swings and misses. He'll be followed by the catcher, Indy Stanley. Tyler Wren, the third baseman, will hit cleanup. Braden McGinnis in the 5 spot. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's hit towards left field. Carson Ford giving it chase, but it will be out of play. In the 6th spot, designated hitter for Columbia is Bailey Quint. He will be hitting for the starting pitcher, Grant Nicholson. Nick Fleckenstein will be at second base in the 7th spot. Devin Lopez at shortstop bats 8th, and David Dell is the center fielder in the 9 hole. And there's a swing and a foul tip into the glove of Stewart for out number 2. 2 down for Indy Stanley. On the mound tonight for Tennessee Wesleyan, Jake Sargent. Sargent on the mound, Dan Stewart behind the plate. At third base, Dante Leach. The shortstop, Marco Martinez. Cale Webster plays second. Evan McGill at first. And Sargent, the first pitch here to Stanley, is taken for ball 1. The outfield left to right, Carson Ford, Cruz Newman, and Jack Stevens for the Bulldogs. So Stanley comes in at .462 on the year. Grounder back at third. Leach, a long throw off the carpet, unable to be corralled by McGill at first. McGill chasing it. Around first goes Stanley. He ran into the umpire on his turn, but he's in there at second nonetheless, and that will be an error charged to Leach. He was way deep at third, tried to bounce it over there. Off the carpet, you've seen that done a lot. McGill unable to come down with it. So the 2-out error puts Stanley at second. And the batter is Tyler Wren. Wren was the reliever that came in earlier today for Columbia and picked up the save in the elimination win of the top-seeded Weber International Warriors. So the top seed is out. The 4th seed Freed Hardman was eliminated yesterday. First pitch to Wren is hit well to left field. Ford going back to the wall, and this is a 2-run home run for Columbia College. Tyler Wren will touch them all on the shot to left field. And the Cougars jump out in front 2-0, just as they did earlier today against Weber International. Wren on the year, home run number 14. It'll drive in 2, and it's 2-0, so the error proves costly. As the first run unearned here for Columbia College out of Columbia, Missouri. Here's Braden McGinnis. McGinnis at .308 on the year. 52 for 169 is McGinnis. First pitch, ball 1. Sargent wastes no time. The broadcaster's dream on the mound thus far. Quickly, Sargent back in there. That's outside 2-0. McGinnis with 15 doubles, no triples, 16 home runs for the Cougars, 58 driven in, and a 2-0 count. That one's popped up. Foul territory. McGill over, measuring against the stands, and he'll run out of room. It'll hit what would have been about 3 rows deep, but the netting corrals it. 2-1 to McGinnis. Columbia dropped its first game of this bracket to Tennessee Wesleyan on Monday 2-0. And came back with the elimination win over Freed Hardman yesterday. That count was 6-5 as the Cougars rallied with 2 in the bottom of the ninth to win that one. Then earlier today, eliminated Weber International by the same count, 6-5, holding off a Warrior rally. 2-2 pitch, strike 3 called on McGinnis. And so the Cougars in the first, strike first. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left. Columbia with the 2-0 advantage right here on the Southeast Sports Network. Back here at Hunter Wright Stadium, Tennessee Wesleyan to the plate in the bottom of the first. The Bulldogs will feature designated hitter Braxton Turner to lead it off. Braxton Turner to lead it off. I knew that didn't sound right. You don't know these teams when you come in on Monday. By the time you leave later in the week, you've got somewhat of a handle. Here's Jack Stevens in right field, bats second. Marco Martinez at shortstop, bats third. Evan McGill in the cleanup spot, playing first base for the Bulldogs. Kel Webster at second, bats fifth. Cruz Newman, the center fielder, in the sixth spot. Batting seventh behind the plate, Dan Stewart. Dante Leach, the third baseman, in the 8 hole. And rounding out the order in the 9 spot, and left field, Carson Ford. Turner checks in. 199 at-bats on the year. 69 base hits. 8 doubles, 2 triples, 17 home runs for Turner. And one of those came yesterday. His 17th home run came yesterday in the 8th inning of Tennessee Wesleyan's win over Weber. Tennessee Wesleyan beat this Columbia club 2-0 on Monday, as we mentioned, and then advanced to the championship game/round with a 6-2 win over Weber. If Tennessee Wesleyan wins, it's a championship game. If Columbia wins, it's a championship round, because we've got to come back tomorrow. So here is Braxton Turner. He's a designated hitter, a rare leadoff DH. Noticed that earlier in the week. Here's Turner against the left-hander Grant Nicholson for Columbia. Turner hits that one in the air to right center field. Over will be DeSoni to make the catch for out number 1. Nicholson, the lefty, on the mound for Columbia. Behind the plate again today, Indy Stanley. Tyler Wren is at third. Devin Lopez at short, slick fielding Lopez. Nick Fleckenstein is at second base. And Braden McGinnis at first. Outfield right to left. DeSonia in right, you just heard from. David Dale in center, and Caden Nicoletto, the Aussie, in left. First pitch to Stevens is upstairs. Stevens on the year at .360, 71 for 197, 19 doubles, a triple, 11 home runs, 52 driven in for Stevens. And that one's fouled back, a 1-1 count to Stevens. Meanwhile, Nicholson on the hill for the Cougars. A 3-1 mark. And this is a rare start for Nicholson. Just his third of the year. And that pitch way outside, 2-1. Nicholson's had 13 relief appearances on the season. Thrown 23 1/3 innings. Allowed 21 hits, 9 runs, 7 earned. Has walked 6 and struck out 20. The ERA at 2.7 as that one's popped up. Foul territory. McGinnis over. And McGinnis, as he hits the shade over there, grabs it for out number 2. Nicholson, the 2.70 ERA. The whip, a strong 1.16. Here's Marco Martinez. Martinez to the plate, 2 on, nobody out. Martinez 61 for 182 on the year, a 335 clip, 20 doubles for Martinez, 13 home runs, 54 RBIs. First pitch to him is going to sail outside, 1-0. That pitch in there for strike one, 1-1. That pitch in there, strike two. And that 1-2 pitch stays down, 2-2 the count. 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the first. Hunter Wright Stadium, this game, original start time has been reset twice now. Original schedule came out, it was set for 3, game 6 was today. Moved up yesterday, late yesterday, to 2 this afternoon. Some wary eyes on the radar, didn't like what they saw, pushed back to 7 tonight. And there's ball 4 to Martinez. So both starters get 2 quick outs. And then base runners after that. Didn't prove good for Tennessee Wesleyan in the top of the first as the Cougars got the home run from Wren. Here's Evan McGill. McGill on the year, 58 for 149. 8 doubles, a triple, 9 home runs, 41 driven in. That's a .389 average for McGill. Pitch from the lefty stays upstairs, 1-0. Pitch, swing on a miss. 1-1 count to McGill. But as far as the weather's concerned right now, you can't have it much better than we have it here for baseball. Bright sunshine, nice comfortable temps. An absolutely picture perfect day at the ball yard. 1-1 pitch. Stays in tight, 2-1. Now we hope it stays that way. The atmosphere a little bit iffy. It rained on me actually coming over from my side of town. Understand up in Bristol, they have had a couple of deluges this evening as well, about 30 minutes from here. 2-1 pitch. That's hit sharply but fouled on the right field line. Two. That one's hit sharply right at right field. Coming in towards the plate, making a sliding catch is DeSonia for out number 3. So the walk doesn't amount to anything. The Bulldogs leave a man on base. We've played 1 inning, 2-0 Columbia here on the Southeast Sports Network. Top of the second inning we go. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Cougars. Bailey Quint, Nick Fleckenstein, and Devin Lopez. Want to give a shout out to Mr. Gary Justice, who does some sports broadcasting here on the Southeast Sports Network, voice of the U-Pike Bears. I'll give him a follow right now on Twitter, as he's done the same for me. Listening in this week right here on the action from Kingsport. U-Pike this year entered the Appalachian Athletic Conference, a local NIA conference in our area. Really enjoyed the Bears being part of that league. Got to cover those basketball teams of theirs quite a bit. Got to know those coaching staffs. Great staffs, great people. We're sending a softball player from Kingsport to U-Pike next year. Claudia Manus, her team tonight just won the Region 1 Class 4A championship, a 10-0 win. So Claudia headed to Pikeville next year. First pitch to Quinn is fouled back. And one thing I got to put on my bucket list is to make myself a trip up to enjoy the facilities at U-Pike. We'll do that for sure. Here's Quint on the year, 379, 33 base hits and 87 at-bats. That one's fouled off. And it's 0-2. Quint, 7 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 18 driven in. All those numbers equate to a 379 average. 0-2 to Quince. And that one just misses. 1-2. That one's fouled back as well. And out of play, 1-2. One-two pitch, a swing and a miss. A late swing by Quint on the breaker, and he can't come up with it. 3 strikeouts for Sargent.
Now batting second baseman review, Nick Fleckenstein.
Here's Nick Fleckenstein. A 333 hitter, 57 hits, 171 at-bats, 43 runs scored, 8 doubles, a triple, 14 driven in. That one hit in the air down the right field line. 3 giving chase, including McGill, and McGill can't get there. Foul territory, we've talked about it all week. Immense here at Hunter Wright Stadium. And you can have a high pop fly foul ball like that one and still have it land without anybody able to get there. It's happened quite frequently. Sargent on the year, we did not get his numbers. 25th appearance. That's the most appearances we've had noted on our stats this week. 0-1 pitch is a strike, called 0-2. 12th start of the year for Sargent, who comes in with a 4-2 record. 47 and a third innings thrown coming in, 52 hits, 33 runs, 28 earned to 5.32 ERA for Sargent. And going the opposite way down the right field line, and that's going to hit fair. Fleckenstein around first. He's going to cruise into second with a 1-out double. And bring Devin Lopez to the plate. Sargent with that 5.32 ERA, the whip at 1.44 on the year. He's walked 16, struck out 51, if I missed that. Lopez, 326 on the year, 57 for 175, 12 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 37 driven in for Lopez. And Lopez takes strike 1. A foul tip into the glove of Stewart. It's 0-2. Pitch coming to Lopez. And that's strike 3 called. Got him with the bender. 4 strikeouts, second looking for Sargent. And here's David Dale.
Now batting center fielder number 30, David Dell.
Dale, 50 base hits on the year, 137 at-bats. 45 runs scored, 15 doubles, a triple, 12 home runs, 32 driven in for Dale. 365 batting average. The slugging is way up there at 752. The on base at 457 as well is strong. For the 9-hole hitter, David Dale, throw back to second. Fleckenstein back in there. Runner at second, 2 out. Columbia already here by 2. That one fouled up and out of play by Dale. The 0-1, grounded to third, wide at third. Diving over there is Leach. He can't come up with it, but Leach did enough to slow it down, allow Martinez to corral it. And so with Fleckenstein running at the crack of the bat, potentially saved a run, did Leach over there, at least diving and keeping that ball from going into left field. Dale, the 2-out single. Runners on the corners now. Back to the top of the order we go for Braden DeSonia. DeSonia hit the first pitch of the game to first. DeSonia and Wren tonight, starting their 55th games of the year. This is the 55th game of the year for the Cougars. But at DeSonia, I think Nicoletto has started every game as well. That one hit to left field. First pitch, pretty well hit. Ford going back. Ford near the warning track has it for out number 3. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left for the Cougars. Bottom of the second we go. And the Cougars lead it 2-0 right here on the Southeast Sports Network.
Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Back here at Hunter Wright Stadium. Opening round of the 2024 NIAA National Baseball Championships. Kingsport brackets. Kingsport once again pleased to be the host for one of the 10 opening round sites of this 67th annual tournament. Tennessee Wesleyan has been a frequent visitor here to the opening round, obviously coming out of the Appalachian Athletic Conference. That tournament has been played in Kingsport for many years. So Tennessee Wesleyan has come out of here, I think, twice before and won the whole thing. Certainly advanced to the NIAA National World Series many times, but winning it twice. Cale Webster will lead it off for the Bulldogs. Webster, the second baseman. Webster on the year. 61 base hits, 192 at-bats, 10 doubles, 3 triples, 8 home runs, 43 driven in. A .318 average for Webster. First pitch, ball 1. Webster takes the 1-0 pitch for ball 2 as well. Webster, Newman, and Stewart. 2-0, check swing, appeal to first, and the first base umpire was not looking at home, and so there's a lot of fans that don't think he was looking at the pitch either. And he did the safe thing and called safe for ball 3. 3-0 pitch, strike called, hit the inside half. 3-1 the count to Webster. Three-one grounder to second. Fleckenstein gobbles it up, throw to first. Nearly pulled McGinnis off the bag. He's able to hang on for out number 1. Cruz Newman to the plate.
Now batting. Center fielder number 19, Cruz Newman.
Newman 47 for 134. 37 runs scored, 10 doubles, 2 triples, 14 home runs, 43 RBIs for Cruz. 2 of those home runs came yesterday here. First pitch to him, he takes downstairs ball 1. Newman in his first at-bat yesterday hit one to the base of the Blue Monster and straightaway center field, 410 feet away. It was just a long out. The next 2 at-bats, he hit home runs, a solo shot and a 3-run shot. That one's fouled out of play by Newman. 1-1 the count. It is 410 to straightaway center with that 20-foot Blue Monster out there. We have had one ball this week that's been hit over that Blue Monster. 330 down the lines. All the other home runs have been pulled either to left or right. And speaking of pulling, there's one hit out to right field on an absolute rope by Newman. That DeSonia runs down. DeSonia makes his 3rd put out of the game already. A couple of nice running grabs by DeSonia. 2 out for Dan Stewart.
Now batting. Catcher number 1, Dan Stewart.
Stewart 39 for 131 on the year. Only 11 runs scored. A lot of times he has a runner, obviously. 7 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 23 driven in for Stewart, a 298 average. That one's hit towards right center field. Can DeSonia get to that one? Why not? Ran it down in right center field, did DeSonia. Nothing across for the Bulldogs in the second. We go to the third, still 2-0 Columbia. Right here on the Southeast Sports Network.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
We go to the top of the third, and for Columbia will be 2, 3, and 4. Caden Nicoletto will lead it off. Indeed, his 55th start of the year and as many games for the Cougars. Nicoletto struck out in the first. Comes in with 87 base hits on the year. That is tops on the club, followed by Indy Stanley with 86. He scored 74 runs. Second second to DeSonia with 76. 19 doubles. Second to Renz, 22. 4 triples. And for Nicoletto, 3 homers. 27 home runs. Wow. That easily leads the club. 81 runs batted in for Nicoletto and 206 at-bats. He hits .422. The on-base percentage at .477 and the slugging at .937. Impressive numbers by Nicoletto. Pitch to Nicoletto in the air, popped up. Coming back towards us. And over us. 0-1. We're good with that. Oh, 1 to Nicoletto, a swing and a miss. And Nicoletto quickly down 0-2. Numbers through 2 innings. For Columbia, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. The Cougars have stranded 2. For Tennessee Wesleyan, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 error. And the Bulldogs have stranded 1. 1-2 now to Nicoletto. And a swing and a miss. Nicoletto strikes out for a second time, both times swinging. 5 strikeouts now by Sargent. Here's Indy Stanley. Indy Stanley reached on the air and scored ahead of the Tyler Wren home run in the first. Pitch fouled off. Sargent is a 6 foot, 175-pound senior right-hander out of Santee, California. For the Bulldogs, the 0-1 pitch, that one fouled off as well. Started at Grossmont College. Can't say I'm familiar with Grossmont College. 0-2. I'm sure it's a fine institution. The 0-2. Fastball. Stanley watches for ball 1. One-two foul tip. Did he hang on? Yes, Stewart hangs on for the strikeout. Second of the inning, 6th of the game. Sargent has fan 2 in every frame. And the only mistake he's made here really has been the one that Wren had out of here to left field in the first. And it is Wren to the plate. First pitch, strike 1 to Wren. Wren is 14th home run, 69 driven in now for Wren, and that's a swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2 to Wren. That one hit up and out of play, 0-2. Oh, 0-2 pitch. That one's popped up and out of play as well. Oh, 2, and again we'll have a foul ball. 0-2 to Wren. Sargent comes in there and throws it down and away, 1-2. One-two, and a curveball just misses. 2-2 now. I wondered if he was going to come with that after all those foul balls. Finally did, 2-2. Pretty good pitch too. I'm not sure how Wren was able to lay off, but he did. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and comes back fastball, and it's downstairs. So Wren fell behind 0-2, then fouled off 3, and now has taken 3 in a row. This would be what, pitch number 9 of the at-bat to Wren. In the air. This one will stay in the field of play, a mile high. Major league pop-up, and at first McGill will have it. Nothing across in the third for the Cougars. Still 2-0 Columbia. We go to the bottom of the third right here on the Southeast Sports Network. Hunter Wright Stadium, the location. Kingsport, Tennessee as well. As we play the opening round bracket here of the 2024 NAIA National Baseball Tournament. Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs, the number 2 seed, to the plate here in the bottom of the third. And the Bulldogs will send up 8, 9, and 1 off against Grant Nicholson. Nicholson a 6'4" junior out of Holt, Missouri, and Kearney High School. Began at Mineral Area College, it says here on the bio. Dante Leach to the dish for the Bulldogs, and the first pitch from Nicholson is chopped at the plate and foul. Leach, 27 base hits, 84 at bats, 22 runs scored, 8 doubles, 2 homers, 6 driven in, a .321 average for Leach. The 0-1 count. Beautiful pitch from Nicholson. That was a filthy breaking ball, and he jumps ahead 0-2. The 0-2 pitch is ripped into left field, a base hit. That's not where Nicholson wanted the 0-2 pitch. Anyway, any stretch. And then after the ball was slow to come back in, racing down to second goes Leach. So I'm not sure what happened in left field. We'll see if it's definitely a hit, the first of the game for the Bulldogs. I'm assuming that's going to be a double all the way. I didn't, like I said, through this nice clear window I have to my left, quotation marks around clear. Unable to see what happened down there, but on the scoreboard, no error goes up. That means that Leach is credited with the 2-bagger. And so the leadoff double, here's Carson Ford. Ford just off the end of his bat, back to the pitcher Nicholson. Nicholson rips it over there, sidearm to first. And holding it second was Leach. That thing came off at the end of the bat with some English on it. Nicholson came down there and it spun away from him momentarily, but he's able to corral it and get it over to McGinnis for out number 1. Back to the top of the order we go for designated hitter Braxton Turner. Turner a fly out to right. And the shift is on by the Cougar defense, maybe more so, to keep the runner close. Leach at second. And that pitch bounces up there, blocked by well, it wasn't blocked by Stanley. It hit the batter, according to the home plate umpire. Stanley certainly did not react that way when he went out there to try to chase it down. But the ruling is that Turner was hit by the pitch. And so there's runners on first and second. 1 out for Jack Stevens. Pitch in there, strike one to Stevens. Stevens will pop out to McGinnis at first in the first. First scoring opportunity really of the game for the Bulldogs. Here in the bottom of the third, and they trail it by 2. That one is hit foul. Oh, and 2 to Stevens. Runners back to their spots. Now the second baseman is back on the right side of the bag after that foul ball. 1 and 2. Leckenstein playing games back there at second. Where will he be stationed this time? Still pulled over almost behind the bag at second. Just to the right field side. 1 and 2 the count to Stevens. And Nicholson that time dropped down and came sidearm with it. We saw him whip the ball sidearm on that little number by Ford over to McGinnis, but that's really the first pitch we've seen him drop down. Count still 1 and 2 to Stevens. That one's hit by the third baseman. Ran into left field. Coming to the plate for the first run of the game for Tennessee Wesleyan is Dante Leach. It's an RBI single for Stevens, and the lead is now 2-1 for Columbia. Holding at second is Turner. And the lead is sliced in half by the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the third. Still batting. Marco Martinez steps in. A walk in the first for Martinez. Both base hits here in the inning have come with 2 strikes. The first, the double by Leach, was an 0-2 pitch. Stevens that time, the single on a 1-2 offer. Pitch is a strike called. Good fastball. Pops the mitt on the inside half. 0-1. Another sidearm delivery. And Martinez fouls it out of play, and he's down 0-2. Ever so gentle wind here today at Hunter Wright. Nothing that will affect anything in the ball game. Just duly noted on your game notes. Here's the 0-2. Grounded foul at third. Oh-2 coming to Martinez one more time. Runners take their leads at first and second. Martinez. A swing and a line shot up the middle. This should tie the game. Turner around third. The throw comes to the cutoff man at shortstop, and it's 2-2. Back-to-back RBI singles by Stevens and Martinez, and again, an 0-2 pitch. On the base hit. Holding at second is Stevens. Inning now comes to Evan McGill. McGill flew out to right to end the first. But the Bulldogs have tied it here in the third, 2-2. And we will have a visit to the mound from the Columbia dugout. As we mentioned earlier, should Tennessee Wesleyan come out victorious here, that would end the bracket play here in Kingsport, with Tennessee Wesleyan advancing on to Lewiston, Idaho for the NAIA World Series. However, a Columbia win would force an, if necessary, Game 2 in the championship round tomorrow. And I don't know that I ever did see a start time for when that game would start. It might not be as early as originally planned, since this one was pushed back to 7. Who knows? Certainly that information will be floating out there on your favorite social media source if we get that far. Tennessee Wesleyan would like to pack things up tonight and head back to Athens. Tennessee, some 2.5 hours from Kingsport, something like that. Nicholson with the sidearm delivery in there for strike 1 to McGill. Oh-1 off the end of the bat, fouled at third. And Nicholson, normally the 0-2 situation as a pitcher is what you want. It's not worked out for him at all this inning. So McGill down 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch just stays outside, 1-2. One-two pitch this time. Nicholson gets the strikeout after jumping ahead 0-2. McGill down on strikes. First strikeout of the game for Nicholson. Here's Kel Webster, a ground out to second to start the second. So still 2 on, but now 2 out for Tennessee Wesleyan. Bulldogs in the bright blue baseball jerseys. Didn't they have some kind of orange on a while ago when they were here earlier? Or am I seeing, am I remembering something? Obviously, I've just got, people have told me before I've got orange vision, so you figure that out from where I'm from. 1-0 count to Webster. Webster a foul at the plate. And it's 1-1. One coming to Webster. And that's in there for strike 2 as Nicholson comes with the sidearm delivery. 1-2 the count to Webster. One and two. That one's popped up. That'll go out of play. Nicholson has thrown a bunch of pitches here in this third inning. Was very efficient in the first 2, however. One, two, another foul ball at the plate by Webster. Nicholson pulled the string on him a little bit, but Webster's able to stay alive. Stevens at second. Martinez runs at first for the Dogs. One, two, that will drift outside. 2-2. A 2-2. That one is grounded towards third. Wide at third. Ran way over to get it. Throw to first. Not in time. As Webster beats out the infield single. Ran way over from third in front of Lopez. It's the right play. If Wren can get there, he's got to get there. Short throw going that way. Otherwise, it's Lopez deep in the hole. Of course, the other thing we've seen Lopez do on balls like that when he can get to him is get the lead runner at third. And that would have been a force at third. But Wren opted to go to his left and got there. But Webster just legged it out at first, and so the bases are loaded for Cruz Newman. Newman, a line drive to DeSonia in right field in the second. The bases are loaded. And Cruz, that must have been upstairs. Nicholson didn't think so. 1-0 count. And a sidearm, and Newman swings and misses. The sidearm's been pretty effective here for Nicholson. Newman with 43 runs driven in on the year. Certainly an opportunity here to add to that tally. 1-1 count. And Newman takes strike two. Again, the sidearm from Nicholson. One, two. Newman just fouled at the plate, right off the edge of the bat. Nicholson. 1-2 to Newman. Newman hits it towards first, and diving off the glove of McGinnis. It'll be an infield single for Newman and drives in another run. Stevens scores, and Tennessee Wesleyan takes a 3-2 lead. McGinnis slowed it down enough, didn't get all the way through, but everybody running on contact. And so scoring easy was Stevens. And again, for the fourth time in the inning, a two-strike ahead in the count pitch by Nicholson turns into a base hit. 2 0-2 pitches and 2 1-2 pitches have turned into hits here in the inning by the Bulldogs. And they have struck for 3 runs here in the frame and lead it for the first time tonight, 3-2. Foul at the plate by Stewart, the 9th batter to hit here in the third for Tennessee Wesleyan. Count 1-1 to Stewart. Stewart, a fly ball that DeSonia ran down to end the second. One, and that one just a bit outside, as they say. I don't know how Stanley even caught that. It was so far up and out. Thing looked like it slipped out of Nicholson's hand. 2-1 now. Stewart takes that one down and away, 3-1. So nowhere to put Stewart here with the bases loaded. That's fouled back into the terrace over to our right. So the payoff pitch, everybody will be on the move. And that is outside ball 4. And so Stewart draws the free pass. That forces in a run. Martinez will score. Tennessee Wesleyan now up 4-2. And the inning continues for Dante Leach that started all this with the double to left. The courtesy runner at first for Stewart is Hagen Escado. Hagen Escado will run at first. Before he does so, we're going to have a new Columbia College pitcher. So Nicholson threw a very effective first 2 innings, but things have gone awry here in the third. And the new pitcher for Columbia College will be Caleb Richards. Caleb Richards relieving here in the third. This is the earliest of any of the 6 games thus far in the bracket in which we've had a reliever. And by a margin of about 3 innings. As Nicholson will officially go 2 2/3. We'll get all the numbers on him momentarily. But Richards, a 6-foot senior out of Ellington, Missouri. Richards is making his 17th relief appearance of the year, 17th appearance overall, all in relief. Has thrown 38 1/3 innings, allowed 39 hits. 24 runs scored, all of them have been earned, interestingly enough. Has walked 33. That's not right. He struck out 33 and only walked 2. That's impressive. 2 walks in 38 1/3 innings. Has a 1-0 record, a 5.63 ERA. And the first pitch swinging is Leach, and he swings and misses. By virtue of the very few walks issued, the whip there is pretty low for Richards at 1.07. And he's quickly ahead here to Leach 0-2. Pitch with the catcher Stanley headed to the dugout. It's called ball 1. One-two pitch swung on and missed by Leach. So Richards comes in and gets the third out of the inning, but Tennessee Wesleyan strikes for 4 runs on 5 base hits, no errors. They do leave the bases loaded. We played 3. The Bulldogs on top of the Cougars 4-2. It's a good one here in Kingsport on the Southeast Sports Network.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Schrei Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
Top of the fourth we go. Columbia College playing behind for the first time this evening. And they'll send up 5, 6, and 7 to the plate. Braden McGinnis, Bailey Quint, and Nick Fleckenstein. Braden McGinnis struck out looking to end the first. And so Sargent now out there with a 2-run lead. 4-2 Tennessee Wesleyan. We play the top of the fourth. First pitch to McGinnis inside ball one. The 0-1-0, excuse me, in the air towards right field. Stevens drifting back. Stevens in the corner down there. Thing flew out there a long way. But it's a long first out. McGinnis out to Stevens. To the plate, Bailey Quint struck out swinging in the second. Sargent struck out 2 in the first 3 innings. Obviously, that's 6 on the game. First pitch to Quint, just misses, 1-0 count. That one will be upstairs, 2-0 now to Quint. Under the lights now here at Hunter Wright Stadium. That's a shot to right center field. That's going to get down. Can anybody cut it off? They cannot. Sliding out there, Newman finally got to it. But Quint, a 1-out double here in the top of the fourth. Those line shots and this pretty vast outfield here at Hunter Wright Stadium. When it hits that turf, it scoots. But Newman out there in center field. And obviously, with good wheels over to keep it to a double. I mean, if that thing gets through and goes all the way to the wall, Quint very well might be at third. So good effort by Newman to keep it from going that far. It's a 1-out, runner in scoring position for Nick Fleckenstein. Speaking of doubles, he also authored a 1-out double in the second. That's a shot. And diving at shortstop, Martinez knocks it down. He won't have a play. Not only did Martinez knock it down in short, he kept the lead runner at second. As Quint stayed put, it will be a single for Fleckenstein, his second hit of the game. The last 2 batters have hit it hard off Sargent. 2 on, 1 out for Devin Lopez. Lopez struck out looking in the second. Lopez 1 for 4 in the first game today with a run scored. And he hits it hard to left field. And that's going to fall for a base hit in front of Ford. Ford gets it back in, and the bases are loaded. 3 straight base hits by the Cougars. Here's David Dale, who singled in the second. Dale earlier today, 1 for 3. 2 runs scored, was hit by pitch and singled. Dale also has a 1 for 4 day against Freed Hardman. And a 1 for 3 day in the first game against Tennessee Wesleyan. It looks like Dale has hit safely in all 4 games thus far. There's a grounder to third. Third baseman Leach will tag the runner over to to first. Or did he miss the runner at third? The runner at third is still there. It's the second time this week where an infielder has attempted to tag a runner going to the next base and not been credited for doing so. And out of the dugout, the question is coming. If it stays, well, even if it doesn't stay, a run did score. Quint scores from third. It's 4-3. Lopez is at second. Dale is out at first. I don't know how the first base umpire can come over and overrule. Of course, we've got second as well. Second base umpire may have had best view of it, in fact. We've not yet had a call overturned in these such conferences this week. I don't expect this one will be as either, and it is not. So Dale will be officially retired 5-3. Do give Dale a credit for the RBI, however. And so Fleckenstein, and actually that was a big call because if he's ruled out, Quint does not score. That's a double play. And Quint doesn't score, I do not believe. Unless they say he scored before the out was made at first. I've seen that call discussed a bunch on social media about the front end of a double play, a situation like that. Well, we don't have to discuss it because that was not the rules. Not the ruling. Our ruling here was a ground out and an RBI, and it's 4-3. 2 runners still in scoring position for the Cougars, and Braden DeSoni to the plate takes ball 1. And that's a line shot to left center field, and that's going to score both runs. Fleckenstein scores, Lopez scores, and just like that, Columbia has retaken the lead here in the top of the 4th. A 2-run single by DeSonia. And now we'll have a trip to the mound out of the Tennessee Wesleyan dugout. And the coach for Tennessee Wesleyan, none too pleased with that ruling at third, and kind of lets actually it may have been more calling for the relief pitcher than giving the business to the third place umpire. So Sargent will be knocked out here in the 4th. And we'll have a new pitcher coming in for Tennessee Wesleyan. Tennessee Wesleyan has those great uniforms with no numbers on the front. Anybody that orders those with no numbers on the front, well, there are numbers on the front. I just can't see it. Let me check that. I will be quiet. Tennessee Wesleyan, not a huge number, but is a number nonetheless. And it does help us out for sure, as the relief pitcher for Tennessee Wesleyan will be Carter Ganaway. Carter Ganaway. Ganaway is a 6'2 senior out of Decatur, Alabama. Started his career at Tennessee Tech University in Cookeville, Tennessee. Ganaway on the year will be making his 16th appearance of the season. All but 2 in relief. Ganaway a 1-1 record with 1 save. Only thrown 17 innings on the year, allowed 18 hits, 14 runs, 12 earned. has walked 13, struck out 19, the ERA at 6.35, and the whip at 1.82. Looking at Tennessee Tech, the lowest ERAs, most of which have been in the game or in the series. Blake Payton, obviously, Christian Della-Schmidt, Gage Velas came in the first, and that pitch goes up and over the catcher Stewart, and all the way down to second with a huge turn goes DeSonia. And so he's in scoring position now for Caden Nicoletto, who struck out twice against Sargent. Sargent will officially go 3 2/3 innings. Allows 7 hits, struck out 6. Did not walk a batter, did not hit a batter. All 5 runs thus far scored, charged to him. All but 1 will be earned. And, of course, there's still the one out there, DeSonia. That's his responsibility. 1-0 pitch. Foul ball. Oh, right in front of us. We almost got one. Came off the net. Just hit one window over. That might have destroyed your little... Those things are resilient, aren't they? The GoPros. No, it hit right there. I'm just saying if it hit one window over, it might have been... You'd had a real good view of it. 1-1 count. Now 1-2. It's me talking to production to my left. By the way, they've done a tremendous job for the rookie this week. Appreciate them very much. Made it very seamless for the newbie to come in here and call these games for you. 1-2 to Nicoletto. That's fouled out of play. One-two pitch. Grounded, foul at first. McGill, a nice diving stop, but it's a foul ball. So another 1-2. Back to second goes DeSonia. 5-4 here. The lowest ERA for Tennessee Wesleyan that's not appeared yet in the series is Sam Rochard at 4.06. DeVille has been in there. Sargent, now Ganaway. 1-2. That one downstairs, 2-2. Third game of this series for Tennessee Wesleyan. Likely Columbia, obviously, a game deeper into its staff. Two. That one came our way but stayed above us. Well, I put my hand up like I'm going to catch it. I'm not catching anything coming in here. 2-2. With 2 outs here in the top of the fourth to Caden Nicoletto, who's hanging tough. Two foul tip into the glove of Stewart, who hung on, and Nicoletto strikes out swinging for a third time in the game. 3 runs, 4 hits. No errors, 1 left for Columbia, and the Cougars jump back on top. 5-4 here on the Southeast Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 9-1-2 for Tennessee Wesleyan. Caleb Richards in relief of Grant Nicholson. Closed the book on Nicholson, by the way. 2 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Walked 1, struck out 1, hit 1, and Nicholson will not be involved in the decision for Columbia. Pitcher of record now is Richards. 5-4, we go to the bottom of the fourth. Carson Ford will lead it off. A bouncer back to the box, or a little number back to the box, actually, in the third. So he's 0 for 1. First pitch swinging, ground ball to second. Fleckenstein out towards first. Easy toss, 1 pitch, 1 out. Braxton Turner to the plate, 0 for 1. Hit by pitch in the third and scored a run. First pitch to Turner outside, off the mitt of Stanley. 1-0. Grounder wide at third. 1-1. Swinging a miss curveball from Richards. Had Turner off balance and out front. 1-2. A swing and a miss. Almost the same pitch. And Turner down on strikes. Richards has come in and retired the first 3 he has faced, 2 on strikes. Here's Jack Stevens. Stevens a pop out to first and an RBI single in the third. Also scored in that third inning. Chopped foul over towards the Tennessee Wesleyan dugout. A swing and a miss. Stevens in an 0-2 hole here. 0-2, and Stevens will leave that one outside. Almost the same pitch, got him on strike 2. He'll hold up this time, 1-2. And not that time. Stevens down on strikes. Nothing across for the Bulldogs here in the fourth. 4 full in the books here at Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport. 5-4 Columbia on the Southeast Sports Network. Top of the fifth here in Kingsport. Columbia College will send up 3, 4, and 5. Sporting a 5-4 lead. Your numbers through 4. Columbia College, 5 runs, 7 hits. No errors for the Cougars, who have stranded 3. Tennessee Wesleyan, 4 runs, 5 hits. The Bulldogs have committed 1 error and have left 4 men on base. Izzy Stanley will lead it off, over 2. Reached on an error in the first and struck out in the third. First pitch to Stanley is popped up and out of play. Sargent, we can close the book on him as well. 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits allowed, 5 runs, 4 of which were earned. Did not walk or hit a batter and struck out 6, but knocked out in the 4th. And it's now 0-2. And there's strike 3 called. Stanley down on strikes to start the 5th. Tyler Wren, a 2-run homer in the 1st and a pop out to first in the 3rd. That one hit towards right field. Stevens will come in, and it will hit in front of Stevens for the 1-out single for Wren. Well, Stevens might have a play on that, but he decided to let it fall in front. And here's Braden McGinnis 0-2, a strikeout looking and a fly ball to right. McGinnis takes high and away, 1-0. The hit number 8 of the game for Columbia. Earlier today, Columbia had 10 against Weber International. First double-digit efforts of the bracket, I think, offensively. No, check that. Tennessee Wesleyan had 13 against Weber. Also, Columbia had 10 against Freed Hardman. 2-0 the count. That's downstairs 3-0. Pitch hit well to right to left field, way back, and that is going to be a 2-run home run for Braden McGinnis. A no-doubter to left field. McGinnis knew when he hit it. Left fielder Carson Ford is likewise. And Columbia College leads it 7-4. McGinnis, his 17th home run of the year. The 2-run shot here in the 5th. Scores Wren at 7-4 to the plate. Bailey Quint. Quint 1 for 2, a double and a run scored. High and tight. Quint now ahead 2-0. And after the ball 2 pitch, we're going to have a visit to the mound from the Tennessee Wesleyan staff. Doesn't appear a change is forthcoming. And indeed it will not, and so they will stick with Ganaway. Ganaway a 2-0 count to Quint's fouled at the plate. Two-one to Quint. That's fouled off. A shot just over the protective cage and netting. People had their wits about them over to our right. 2-2 the count. And that misses for ball 3 to Quint. That one hit in the air. Be another foul ball. So payoff pitch coming here to Quint. Quint in the air, a mile high. McGill calling for it, foul territory, and McGill has it for out number 2. To the plate, Nick Fleckenstein, who's 2 for 2, a double and a single. And that one just missed. 1-0 the count. A thud back here on the wall where it hit the wall behind the plate, down below us. One 0 pitch, fouled back again. Now it's 1-1. McGinnis home run, the second of the game for Columbia. Wren hit the 2-run shot in the first. Both have been 2-run bombs. One pitch stays up, 2-1. All 5 of these all 5 first-round games here in the Kingsport bracket. 2-1 pitch, upstairs 3-1. Have been played in less than 2.5 hours. Several less than 2:20. That streak's going to end here in this one. We're about an hour and a half into it. In the top of the 5th. 3-1. And a swing, and 3-2 now the count. And the 3-2 pitch, ball 4. Fleckenstein on a third time. Inning continues for Devin Lopez. Lopez, a strikeout looking, a single and a run scored. Second straight long inning here by the Cougar offense. 3 in the 4th, 2 here in the 5th. Another runner on board. That runner is going. And there'll be no throw because Stewart couldn't get the ball out of his glove. So Fleckenstein, the stolen base. Stolen base number 7 of the year for Fleckenstein on 8 attempts. So he's in scoring position for Lopez on a 1-0 count. Big cut, foul tipped into the glove of Stewart, 1-1. One pitch, that one foul back. 1-2 to Lopez. One, two, down and outside. Good stop by Stewart, keeping it in front. 2-2. Swing and a miss. And Stewart will try to tag the batter Lopez. Can't get to him, and so he'll throw it to first to complete the strikeout. In the fifth for Columbia, 2 runs on 2 base hits. No errors, 1 left. Halfway through this one, it's 7-4 Columbia on the Southeast Sports Network.
Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Bottom of the fifth here in Kingsport. Tennessee Wesleyan down 3. And the Bulldogs will send up the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5. Martinez, McGill, and Webster. Against reliever Caleb Richards. Had 11 runs scored here in 4.5 innings. Earlier today, it was a 11-run game as Columbia beat Weber 6-5. Yesterday, Tennessee Wesleyan 6-2. That's 8 runs against Weber. 11 runs in the first game of the day. Columbia also beat Freed-Hardman 6-5. Day one, only 5 runs total. And day one as Weber defeated Freed-Hardman 3-0 and Tennessee Wesleyan over Columbia 2-0. So this one's got a chance to be the most offensive game, not offensive, but offensive game we have seen this week. And there's one hit well to left center field, and that's going to bounce up and off the wall. Rounding first, headed to second, is Marco Martinez with a leadoff double. Martinez now 2 for 2 on the day. He's been aboard all 3 trips. Here's Evan McGill. McGill fly out to right and a strikeout swinging. That stays outside. 1-0. 1-0 count. That one downstairs. 2-0. Richards, 2-0 count. That was the first hit off the reliever, Richards, so he's working from the stretch the first time. And on the 2-0 pitch, McGill swings and misses. 2-1. Two-one, sliced foul. Now to play down the left side, 2-2. Swing and a miss. McGill down on strike, second time today. McGill has struck out swinging. So after falling behind 2-0, Richards comes back to punch out McGill. Here's Cale Webster. Webster 1 for 2, a ground out to second and a single into third. Martinez still out at second for the Bulldogs. Down 3 here in the bottom of the fifth. A chopper towards second. Fleckenstein charging. Over to McGinnis in time for out number 2. Scooting down to third on the play, Martinez. I'll bring up Cruz Newman. Newman drove in a run with the single in the third and lined out to right in the second. That one stays down 1-0. That one low and inside 2-0. Good stop by Stanley. Scooting to his right. Kept that one in front of him. That gets through. Martinez scampers home for the Bulldogs' 5th run. Instead, he's still at third, but a 2-0 count to Newman. Newman a foul at the plate. Off his foot. The Cougars carried through at that play. Stanley raced out to get it. Pitcher off the mound. Richards to get it, but clearly it hit off the foot of Newman, who was limping around, unless that was some Academy Award-winning stuff from Newman. I don't think so. 2-1, grounded to first. That'll be a foul ball as well. 2-2. Newman back in there, 2-2 count. And a swing and a miss. Big pitch, big strikeout of Newman by Richards. Richards has come in here and struck out 5 in 2 1/3 innings. No runs, a hit. No errors, 1 left for the Bulldogs. 5 full in the books. Still 7-4 Columbia on the Southeast Sports Network. Top of the 6th here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Kingsport bracket of the 2024 NAIA National Baseball Championship opening round action. 9-1-2 due up for Columbia College Cougars. Columbia College out of Columbia, Missouri, doing battle here with the home state team, Tennessee Wesleyan out of Athens, Tennessee. And it's the Cougars on top of the Bulldogs here after 5. 7-4, 9-1-2. Dale, DeSonia, and Nicoletto for Columbia. Dale, a single in the second, an RBI ground out in the 4th. Columbia put a 2 spot on in the top of the 1st on a 2-run home run by Tyler Wren. Used 4 base hits in the 4th to score 3 times, and then 2 more in the 5th on a 2-run blast by Braden McGinnis. So Dale to the dish to start things off here in the top of the 6th inning. Beautiful late spring evening here at Hunter Wright Stadium. We have survived the weather here. Probably could have gotten this one in this afternoon, but you just never know here what it's going to do. Ground ball shortstop. Martinez with the shot over to first, 1 out. But the radar showed there was weather all around us. I've seen that happen a lot. The weather coming, everybody says the weather's coming, and then it's like there's just a border up when it gets close to the mountains of East Tennessee, and things change. And it never really got here. There's been some areas around the area, some patchy, heavy rain. I know in Bristol, some local high school action up there was eventually rained out tonight. They got another shower just after I said they had a deluge, and so that one was knocked off the books. But a softball game here in Kingsport got through, and we expect to get all the way through here. 1-1 count, a swing and a miss. 1-2 to DeSonia. And either way, it's been a nice evening here at the ball yard, under the lights for sure. 1-2 count to DeSonia, who drove in 2 earlier with that RBI single in the 4th. And he takes ball 2 there. DeSonia has played an outstanding right field here today. A number of running and sliding catches here in the early part of this game. That one fouled out of play. And you go back to the 9th inning of the first game, just intelligent baseball from right field. His team up 3 in the bottom of the 9th. A pair of sacrifice flies out there to him. Instead of trying to challenge the runner coming home, DeSonia went to second base to keep the would-be tying run at first, and it paid off. Those 2 runs scored, but the tying run never left first. And so Columbia College is here by virtue of that smart fundamental baseball by DeSonia in right field. 2-2 count as he fouled that one down the left field line. 2-2, and that one is fouled away again and out of play. Leach is getting a workout over at third, chasing would-be foul balls over there. That one fouled up just to our left. That was at the right height to come in here, but just to the left, thank goodness. 2-2. It's usually those pesky left-handed hitters that hit the balls up our direction here. As the press box here at Hunter Wright Stadium, normally you think those things are right behind home plate, don't you? Well, this one is not, for whatever reason. Just adjacent to home plate up the third base line. I've heard various reasons why the press box here was constructed ajar from behind home plate. And the most popular one was that, well, at one point they were going to double the size of it. Well, they're old for about 30 years doing that. 2-2. Anyway, still have a good view here from most of the press box here. 2-2, the count here to DeSonia. Another foul ball. While we discuss everything we can possibly think of here at this at-bat, DeSonia keeps fouling them out of play. Two. That one rolled right up the net to us. Another foul ball. That was pretty close, frankly. 2-2 pitch downstairs and in the dirt. Now the count runs full to DeSonia. Now I'm getting jumpy. Everything off the bat I'm jumping at here in the press box, including that one that's fouled off to our left. I'm glad they don't have the GoPro on me up here right now. 2-2 count to DeSonia's steal. Upstairs on the 3-2 pitch, and DeSonia wins the battle. And a one-out walk drawn by the leadoff hitter for the Cougars. Here's Caden Nicoletto. Nicoletto is one of few who haven't enjoyed the evening here, as he's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. I dare say he's probably not had another game this year 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts at this point. As he came in hitting .422 on the year. Runner going, and the throw down there is not going to be in time to get DeSonia. DeSonia on the first pitch. Stolen base number 32 on the year. And he's only been thrown out one time. I think I'd be having him still on the first pitch myself. So DeSonia down at second for Nicoletto. Nicoletto, a line shot to left center field, but over there to get it is Newman. And then racing back to second will be DeSonia. The athleticism of the defenses here in this Kingsport bracket continues to impress. The outfielders all can run. The infielders, very athletic, particularly up the middle. Strong arms abound. And that's why we have college baseball at a high level here at the NAIA National Championships. First pitch, a called strike to Indy Stanley, who's 0 for 3. Downstairs, 1-1. That one fouled out of play. 1-2. Outstanding coaches here at this Kingsport bracket as well. I like the way they've managed their clubs. Pulled the right strings, played small ball when they needed to. Accurate decisions on when to replace pitchers. 1-2. Foul back. Was here last week, briefly. Came over for some of the AAC tournament here at Hunter Wright Stadium. Wanted to catch up with my friend, brand new head coach this year at Johnson University of the Appalachian Athletic Conference, Dave Serrano. Dave Serrano, the former head coach at the University of Tennessee. Tony Vitello, who's there now, was hired to replace Serrano. Serrano also coached at Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton and took Cal State Fullerton to the College World Series a number of times. He's now coaching at Johnson University. That's the level of coaching you have here. Here's the 1-2. Upstairs, 2-2. To Stanley. Two pitch in the air towards left field. And who will make the catch? It will be the left fielder, Ford, coming in to grab it for out number 3. So the Cougars, no runs, no hits, a walk. The Cougars strand the runner. Bottom of the 6th we go, 7-4 in favor of Columbia right here on the Southeast Sports Network.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
All right, we're back here at Kingsport. Bottom third of the order due up for Tennessee. Wesleyan in the bottom of the 6th. Stewart, Leach, and Ford. Caleb Richards still on the mound in relief here for the Cougars. He'll be facing Stewart, Leach, and Ford. 7, 8, 9. Stewart 0 for 1 with a walk. Stewart, the walk, drove in a run in the third. So the catcher leading it off here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the sixth. Columbia threatening to force the if necessary game here tomorrow. Wesleyan not done yet, but that's a foul ball. Back at third by Stewart, and he's down 0-1. The 0-1 swung on and missed by Stewart. If you're Columbia and you lose the first game here of the bracket, like the Cougars did, you're forced to come back and win 4 in a row to advance. This would be number 3, as they've survived 2 elimination games already. 1-2 now to Stewart. A slow breaking ball had Stewart out front, and it's strike 3. Sixth strikeout for Richards. Here's Dante Leach. Leach was the first batter that Richards faced. So Richard has struck out 6 of the 9 batters he's faced. That one wide at first, a foul ball. The others have grounded out to second twice, and Martinez the only hit thus far off Richards, a double leading off the 5th. 0-1 to Leach. Leach 1 for 2. The double and a strikeout. He takes ball 1. That one ripped foul down the left side. Well, that one may never be heard from again. It's going to hit the wide part of the parking lot and bounce forever. 1-2 to Leach. And that one's pulled foul up the first baseline. One, 2. Inside and low, blocked by Stanley. Two counts. A little looper towards second base. Easy Texas leaguer for Fleckenstein. Out number 2. Carson Ford to the dish. 2 bounce outs for Ford. Once to the box, once to second. 2 out, nobody on for the Bulldogs. Ground ball through the box. Diving stop at shortstop by Lopez behind second. Throw to first in time. What a play by Devin Lopez. Diving behind second base to get Ford at first. Another web gem turned in by the Cougars. Nothing across for the Bulldogs. We've played 6 full, still 7-4 in favor of Columbia on the Southeast Sports Network. Steve Wilmoth back here at Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport, Tennessee. 6 innings in the book here in this winner's brackets. Not winner's bracket, championship game/round. If Tennessee Wesleyan rallies to win it, it becomes a game. If Columbia College hangs on to this 7-4 lead, then it's a round because you got to play another game tomorrow. Numbers through 6 For Columbia College, 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Cougars have left 5 men on base. For Tennessee Wesleyan, 4 runs, all 4 came in the 3rd inning. 6 base hits, 5 of the 6 base hits came in that 3rd inning. The Bulldogs have stranded 5 and also committed 1 error, the only error in the game, way back in inning number 1. Here's Tyler Wren, who followed that error in the 1st with a 2-run home run. Also singled and scored in the 5th, and he takes ball 1. And that's low for ball 2. Two-0 pitch, fouled back again. Two one. Pitch inside, 3-1. To Wren. Three one. That is ripped up the middle. Past Ganaway into center field. A leadoff single for Wren, his 3rd hit of the game. Here's Braden McGinnis. Last time up, he stroked a 2-run homer. And we will have a visit from the staff of Tennessee Wesleyan. It looks like we will be having a reliever here in the 7th. As Ganaway will be relieved, we'll have the new pitcher here momentarily, who's strolling in from the bullpen down the left field line. Sargent went 3 2/3 innings, gave way to Ganaway. And Ganaway will go 2 1/3. Ganaway will end up allowing 3 hits, walking 2, and struck out 3, did Ganaway. If I counted that correctly. I believe I did. Thus far, Ganaway has allowed 2 runs, both of them earned. Tyler Wren at first will still be his responsibility. Meanwhile, on the hill, the lefty for Tennessee Wesleyan is Julian Berente. Julian Berente. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Berenti. Berente is a 6'1", 185-pound junior out of Fountain Valley, California. Started at Compton College, did Berente. Berente on the year, making his 12th appearance of the season. 10 of those has been in relief. Berente has thrown 16 1/3 innings, allowed 27 hits. 22 runs, 21 of which have been earned. He's walked 4, struck out 18. Also allowed 4 home runs in the 16 innings. The record 0-1 for Berente. The ERA up there at 11.57. And the whip at 1.9. So Berente takes over with nobody out here in the 7th. Tyler Wren at first. McGinnis 1 for 3 on the day. And throw to first. Back standing is Wren. McGinnis takes a strike on the inside half. It's being debated amongst the patrons. 0-1 the count. 1 curveball in there. Good pitch from Berente. He's ahead 0-2, excuse me. (0-2). Up and outside. Good snag by Stewart back there. 1-2. Wren takes the lead at first. It's a decent lead. 1-2. Upstairs, 2-2. Stewart wants the appeal at first. I didn't think it was very close. 2-2. Two and a swing and a miss. McGinnis can't catch up with that, and on the pitch, Wren was going back to first. Unable to read the left-hander thus far. McGinnis strikes out swinging. Bailey Quint to the plate. 1 for 3 on the evening. A double and a run scored in the 4th. First pitch to Quint, chopped at the plate. Berente off the mound. He'll have only one play, and he must hurry, and he did so. A strike down to McGill at first. Scooting down to second into scoring position, however, is Wren. And to the dish will be Nick Fleckenstein. Fleckenstein 2 for 2 with a walk. Doubled into second. Singled and scored a run in the 4th. Walked into 5th. First pitch is ball 1. As Berente deals with the runner at second. That's Wren. Here's the 1-0. That's fouled out of play to the right by Fleckenstein. 1-1. Downstairs 2-1. Mr. Berente is not exactly a quick worker. Inside and low, 3-1. What? Oh. 3-1. Three-one pitch, ball 4. Fleckenstein, Stein, has been on all 4 trips. 2 on, 2 out for Devin Lopez. Lopez, a strikeout looking in the 2nd, a single run scored in the 4th, and a strikeout swinging in the 5th. One-oh count now. Out to have a visit is Stewart. The 1-0. I'm good. Thank you. Stays downstairs, 2-0. That will be downstairs, 3-0. Delivery, and that's ball 4. And it gets through Stewart. Stewart races back to retrieve it, but nobody Everting to advance past the stations in which to they are entitled, and that's Wren to third, Fleckenstein to second, Lopez to first. Base is loaded for David Dale. Dale could break this thing up here. And let's see, here we come. And this is a different staff member from Tennessee Wesleyan. I'm assuming this is going to be a pitching coach for the Bulldogs. Morency came in, got the quick strike out of McGinnis, and then retired Quint on the little roller in front of the plate. But back-to-back walks. And Barrente had only walked 4 in 16 innings coming in. Some of the other numbers weren't great, but that number was. But now 2 here in the frame. Bases are loaded for Dale. Dale 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. The single did not produce the RBI. The ground out produced the run batted in. Pitch to Dale's in there for strike 1. We're in the top of the 7th here, 7-4. Columbia leading. That one, did it hit him? It did not, but it still bounced away from the catcher, Stewart. Wild enough so that Wren can race in from third to make it 8-4. Wren scores his 3rd run of the game on the wild pitch. Fleckenstein down to 3rd, and into scoring position down at 2nd is Lopez, and the count 1-1 to Dale. 8-4. Columbia College on top. One. And that one low and inside, 2-1. In the air, down the right side, tailing foul. That run that just scored was charged to Ganaway. Ganaway will allow 3 runs on his stat line, all 3 earned, to go with the 3 hits, the 3 strikeouts, and the 2 walks in 2 1/3 innings. 2-2. Ground ball by the mound, charging the shortstop. Martinez will have to go to first and just did get Dale by a half step or so. In the inning for the Cougars, a run on 1 hit. No errors they leave 2. Bottom of the 7th. 8-4 Columbia here on the Southeast Sports Network.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network. where sports come to life.
Bottom of the 7th here at Hunter Wright Stadium. Tennessee Wesleyan with work to do. If they want to end the bracket here in King Sports on day one of the championship round, they'll have the top of the order here in the bottom of the 7th due up. Braxton Turner, Jack Stevens, and Mario Martinez. But it's been tough sledding here against the reliever Jared Richards. Richards has now been in the game for 3 1/3 innings, allowing only one base runner. That the leadoff double to Martinez in the 5th. Turner in the game, 0 for 2. A fly ball to right, was struck by a pitch in the 3rd, came around to score. And then struck out in the 4th. It's to Turner. A strike called on the inside edge. 0-1. Ground ball wide at 3rd by Turner. 0-2. Just off the end of the bats. Turner stays alive. Oh-2 pitch just misses. Richards wanted it. 1-2. That one low and away. 2-2. Two-two count, a swing and a foul tip at the plate. Stanley couldn't hang on, so we'll have another 2-2. Stanley's had a long day behind the plate. This is inning number 16 for him today. Looks like he'll try to go all 18 of the 2 games. 2-2 pitch, and that one just missed as well. So Richards was ahead 0-2. The count now full to the leadoff hitter here in the 7th, Braxton Turner. And Turner rips that one out of play, foul. Three-two again, and same results. A liner foul. Three-two again from Richards. And stop me if you've heard this before. A foul ball. Three-two pitch again, and got him this time swinging. So quite the battle there between Richards and Turner, and Richards comes away with the strikeout. To start the 7th, here's Jack Stevens. Seventh strikeout for Richards. Stevens, a foul ball at the plate. That'll be a strike one. 0-1 and a swing and a miss. Out front with Stevens. He's down 0-2 now. And the same pitch, same result. Strike 3 on Stevens. And here's Mario Martinez. Martinez has been on base on all 3 trips. A walk in the first, a single in the third, and a double in the 5th. Chopped foul at third by Martinez. Down and away, backhanded by Stanley out there, 1-1. Strike 2 called. Good pitch from Richards. Richards a strike away from striking out the side here in the 7th. Struck out the only batter he saw in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 2 thus far in the 7th, and that one just did miss, and it's 2-2. 2-2, and Richards just stayed alive and dribbled it over to the Tennessee Wesleyan dugout. Martinez stayed alive. Two popped up. Short center field. Fleckenstein battling, and he'll make the catch. In short right center to retire the side. 9 straight now retired by Richards. We go to the 8th. Still 8-4 Columbia on the Southeast Sports Network. Top of the 8th here in Kingsport at Hunter Wright Stadium, and top of the order due up for Columbia. Cougars lead at 8-4. They'll have 1, 2, and 3 here. Braden DeSonia will lead it off. He's 1 for 3. Grounder to first on the first pitch of the game. Fly ball to left, a single in the 4th, a walk, and then a stolen base in the 6th. Scored neither time. DeSonia facing Beretti. Shortened up, takes strike 1. Berente. A 0-1 pitch bouncing up off the glove and way up and over the catcher, Stewart. Ball 1. There's a fastball and swing and a miss by DeSonia. The 1-2. Curveball stays upstairs. 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Sonia. A grounder to seconds. Webster to McGill, out number 1. Nicoletto to the plate. 0 for 4 is Nicoletto. Strike called, fastball at the knees to Nicoletto. He struck out swinging in the first, third, and fourth. A deep fly ball to center in the 6th. I doubt very often Nicoletto has worn the 0 for 4 collar. And I'd say it's about even money. He's never worn the 0 for 5. But there's a grounder to first. McGill will take it, and indeed, Nicoletto now 0 for 5 on the game. Nonetheless, his team up 4-2 out for Indy Stanley. Stanley also 0 for 4. Stanley did reach on an error in the first and scored the game's first run. Has struck out twice since and flown out to left. Pitch will stay up, 1-0. That pitch nicks the inside half, 1-1. Stanley backs out, puts the bat over his helmet. Tells me he questions. 1-1, grounder to third. Leach has it. Leach over to first in time, and the Cougars go quickly 1-2-3 here in the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th we go, still 8-4 Columbia. Right here on the Southeast Sports Network.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live. All from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
We head to the bottom of the 8th here at Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport. Tennessee Wesleyan with the middle third of the order up. Trailing by 4, excuse me. McGill, Webster, and Newman. Eight to 4 Columbia. The Cougars bidding to extend this bracket into tomorrow. McGill 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch to McGill. Inside 1-0. 1-0, a swing and a miss, 1-1. Upstairs 2-1. Grounded wide at first. 2-2. 2-2. That one hit towards right field. Coming in to make another sliding catch towards the plate is that man in right field, Braden DeSonia. One out for for Webster. The 6th putout of the night for DeSoni in right field. Here's Webster, 1 for 3. First pitch, ball 1 to him. Webster a single back in the 3rd. That misses 2-0 now to Webster. Strike called to Webster. Started to go, tried to hold up. He did, but it's strike anyway. 2-1. A line shot towards left center field. I don't think anybody will get there for that one. They will not. Dell will collect. It's a one-out single for Webster, his second hit of the game. Only the second hit off Richards, and that ends a streak of 10 straight recorded by Richards. Richards has retired. 15 of the 17 batters he has faced. Is that right? 14 of 16 make it. Yeah, 14 of 16, if I can count correctly. Ball 1 here to Cruz Newman. Newman 1 for 3. Swing and a foul tip. Gloves by Stanley, 1-1. One pitch. Misses 2-1. That's ripped to right field. That's going to be a hit. Rounding second, heading to third. And the throw to third. Good throw. Almost got there, but Webster around second to third. Newman with the base hit. Runners on the corners, 1 out for Dan Stewart. Second hit of the game for Newman. Sixth hit of the bracket play for Newman. Newman homered against Columbia the first night out. Went 3 for 5 against Weber International with the home run yesterday. And now 2 hits. And 4 at-bats today. Here's Stewart 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch swinging from Stewart, and he was out front of the off-speed offering from Richards. Activity in the Columbia College bullpen. Somebody down there throwing. The 0-1. That's in there for strike 2. Stewart in an 0-2 hole. Oh-2 pitch hit to center field. That will fall in front of David Dale. A run will trot home. It's 8-5 and an 0-2 pitch. Stewart laces the single to center. Second RBI of the game for Stewart. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. And Dante Leach. Well, actually, we will have a pinch hitter here for Tennessee Wesleyan. Pitch hitting Corbin Shaw. Shaw, the junior, this is his third pitch hitting opportunity of the week. Shaw will hit for Leach. Shaw with 6 home runs before Shaw steps in. We'll have a visit to the mound out of the Columbia College dugout. Columbia led by 4 in the first game going to the late innings. I know how hard it is to close it out. Nothing is ever easy in baseball. They found out that in the first game of the day, surviving 6-5. And Richards will stay in there. So Shaw, the pinch hitter. 3 straight singles here by the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 8th. They've cut the lead to 8-5. And Shaw, the pinch hitter. Pitch to Shaw, big cut, and a foul tip into the glove of Stanley. And Shaw was trying to tie this game up with one swing there. 0-1 to Shaw. He'll leave that one outside 1-1. Shaw out of Conyers, Georgia, and Walter State Community College. We've talked about that a bunch this week. Number of former Walter State players here in this championship bracket. First round bracket. 1-1 pitch downstairs to Shaw, and it's 2-1. To Shaw, fouls it back and out of play, and the count squares at 2-2. We mentioned Shaw, the batting average at .313, 6 homers, 26 driven in for Shaw on the year. 2-2 pitch coming. Low and outside. Sliding out there to block it is Stanley. Good play by Stanley. Shaw with 30 hits and 96 at-bats. 11 doubles for Shaw. And the count is full to him. (3-2). Shaw takes strike 3 called. Shaw thought he had drawn the walk. Instead, the strikeout looking on the pitch hitter. 2 are out for Carson Ford. Ford 0 for 3 on the night. A trio of groundouts. Back to the mound to second and short. Another good play by Stanley, moving to his right to keep that one in front. Ball 1 to Ford. One-0, hit to left field. Pretty well hit going back, and that ball is going to fall for a base hit. Scoring from second is Newman. Escato from first. It's a 2-run opposite field double for Ford, and the lead is down to 1. Great effort out there by the diving outfielders of Columbia. I think it was Nicoletto diving for that one, unable to get it out there on the warning track. And it's a one-run game at 8-7. And the tying run is at second base for Tennessee Wesleyan. And here's the leadoff hitter, Braxton Turner. And it looks like we will have a relief pitcher now coming in for Columbia. Richards threw extremely well for 4 innings in relief before it got away from him here in the 8th. He will still leave with the 8-7 lead, and we'll see who the new pitcher is for Columbia. And that new pitcher will be Alex Grellner. Alex Grellner, a 6'3" senior out of Lynn, Missouri. So Richards came in with 1 out in the 4th. And he will pitch, if I've done this correctly, 5 2/3 innings. No. 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess actually it is 5 innings. 5 innings pitch. He came in with 2 outs in the 3rd. He will leave with 2 outs in the 8th. Had only allowed 1 hit till this inning, and he was reached for 5 more here. Excuse me, 4 more here, a total of 5. 3 runs allowed thus far. The runner at second is his responsibility. Struck out 8 in the relief stint, did not walk a batter, and did not hit a batter. Richards can only win it. He cannot lose it. Could become a no decision, though, for him. But nonetheless, relieving will be, as we mentioned, Alex Grellner. Get you some numbers on Mr. Grellner. Grellner is making his 19th appearance of the year, all in relief. Has only thrown 11 1/3 innings in 18 previous appearances, so he's a short stint pitcher. And to the plate is Turner, and the shift is on for Turner, and he first pitch is plunked. Second time that Turner's been hit tonight. And the go-ahead run on base now for Tennessee Wesleyan. Here's Jack Stevens, who's 1 for 4. Grellner in his 11 1/3 innings allowed 10 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Has walked 8, struck out 6. The 5th batter he's hit in those 11 innings. That pitch outside, ball 1. Grellner, a 1-1 record with 1 save and a 1.59 ERA, which coincides with the whip at 1.59. Here's the 1-0. Downstairs, and the throw down to second goes into center field. Up from second base and going down to third is Turner. And so that'll be an error on Stanley. And both runners move up a base. Stanley tried to backpick forward at second. And so now the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second for Stevens, and a 2-0 count to Stevens. One-one. Stevens takes inside 2-1. Grellner doesn't come completely over the top in his delivery. Two-one count to Stevens. And Stevens takes a strike on the outside edge. Good pitch from Grellner. It's 2-2. So the proverbial 2-on, 2-out, 2 balls, 2 strikes situation here for Stevens. Two, and Stevens takes it low and away, 3-2. Three-two, fouled off. We'll have another 3-2 pitch. Three-two. Stevens gets a piece of it again and fouls it back. Three-two to Stevens. That little number towards shortstop. Over to get it, third baseman Wren. Throw to first will be in time. Wren, a strong play from third. Getting that ball is because Lopez was way deep at shortstop. And so Wren comes over to cut it off and get the out at first. But 3 runs, score on 4 base hits, no errors. And the Bulldogs leave 2 aboard. We've played 8. It's 8-7 Columbia. Back for the 9th here on the Southeast Sports Network.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Schrei Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
We go to the 9th here in Kingsport. A 1-run baseball game now. Numbers through 8 innings. For Columbia College Cougars, 8 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Columbia has stranded 7. For Tennessee Wesleyan, 7 runs on 10 hits. Also 1 error committed by the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have also stranded 7. Columbia here in the 9th will send up 4, 5, and 6. Braden McGinnis, Bailey Quint, and Nick Fleckenstein. Columbia survived a 3-run rally by Weber International in Game 1 today. Columbia entered the 9th inning leading 6-2. Weber put a 3 spot on the board in the 9th, but came up a run short. And here in this championship round, Columbia led Tennessee Wesleyan 8-4 going to the 8th. Wesleyan a 3 spot in the bottom half. So they still got another 3 outs to go. Here's Tyler Wren to the plate, taking strike 1 from Berenti. That one upstairs. Wren 3 for 4 on the day. Scored 3 times. Wren 1 for 4 with an RBI in Game 1. He was also picked up the save in that game. That went inside 2-1 now to Wren. Wren takes strike 2. Two. Strike 3 called. Got him looking on the inside edge. Here's Braden McGinnis. 1 for 4 for McGinnis, but the 1 was a 2-run home run in the 5th. Pitch to McGinnis. Stays out. 1-0. pitch fouled off to our right. 1-1 the count. One. That one bouncing up there. 2-1. Activity for Columbia College in the pen. We mentioned back in the bottom of the eighth that Gellner is not known for the long stints. Ground ball wide at third. Gellner had only pitched 11 1/3 innings in 18 appearances. Well, that's about an average of about 2/3 of an inning per appearance for Gellner. Here's the 3-2. And that's upstairs, a one-out base runner for the Cougars. McGinnis on. Here's Bailey Quint. Quint 1 for 4. A double and a run scored in the fourth. Pitch upstairs from Berenti. That's a strike at the knees, 1-1. Strike called. Just nipped the inside edge. 1-2 to Quint. The 1-2 fouled out of play. McGinnis at first, 1 out. Columbia College would like to add an insurance run here in the top of the 9th. Tennessee Wesleyan wants to keep it a 1-run game. Gives them some options in the bottom half. That one hit in the air towards right center. Newman over. He will give way to Stevens from right field for out number 2. So Quint flies out, and here comes Nick Fleckenstein. Nick Fleckenstein to the plate. He has reached on all 4 trips tonight. A double in the second, a single in the fourth, a walk in the fifth, and another base on balls in the 7th. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th for Tennessee Wesleyan, 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Bulldogs. They'll first need to get a third out here in the 9th. And they've not yet got Fleckenstein, who's ahead in the count 1-0. Count. Ball 2. Fleckenstein, a slow grounder. Leach over from third, over to second, in time for the out. So the side retired here in the top of the 9th for Columbia. They leave 1 man on base. The Cougars need 3 outs to bring us back tomorrow here at Hunter Wright. We'll have the bottom of the 9th for you here on the Southeast Sports Network. Bottom of the ninth. Tennessee Wesleyan down 1 run. They'll bring up to the plate Mario Martinez, Evan McGill, and Cale Webster. Alex Grellner, the reliever, who got the last out in the 8th, back out there to face Martinez, first up. Martinez 2 for 3 on the day. Walked in the first, a single and a run scored, with an RBI in the third, a double leading off the 5th, and a fly out to right to end the 7th. So the Bulldogs need 1 to tie, and 2 would send them to Idaho and the NAIA College World Series in Lewiston. No runs, and we'll do it all over again tomorrow here. First pitch is a strike called to Martinez. That one will stay downstairs. One and one the count to Martinez. On one couch that's laced off the umpire down the first base line. Umpire goes down after being hit by the line drive. He says he's good to go. That line drive was slicing down the line, and he tried to get out of the way, and as he moved away from it, it just kept slicing into him. It's a strike 2 to Martinez. The count 1-2. One, two. Martinez. Strike 3 called. Pitch clipped the inside corner. 1 down. Evan McGill to the plate. 0 for 4 on the night is McGill. A pair of strikeouts. And what's the situation here? Looks like we're going to have a reliever. And we talked about Grellner didn't necessarily face a lot of batters in his stints. His average length of appearance is 2/3 of an inning, and that is exactly the point at which he will exit, retiring both batters in which he faced. And I believe that the staff for Columbia College, head coach Darren Mums, has called for the left fielder, if I saw that correctly, to come in. Make sure I saw that correctly. Yes, Caden Nicoletto coming in from left field. 4th pitcher of the game. Grellner will go 2/3 of an inning, did not allow a hit. No runs, no walks, struck out 1. And so Caden Nicoletto comes in to try to save it. And I'm not sure who went to left field. Still looking. Turn around, fine sir. I'm going to make a guess on it. I believe it's Duffin Makings out there in left field. Number 32. Makings a 5'10" senior out of Marshall, Missouri. I got it right. Makings out there now. Nicoletto on the year as a pitcher. It's only his third appearance. Nicoletto making just his third appearance of the year. He's thrown 1 2/3 innings. First pitch is a strike to McGill. Potentially they like the lefty versus lefty here with McGill. Nicoletto with no record. He does have 1 save. And a 1-1 count here to McGill. Curveball, McGill, a slow ground ball to second. Fleckenstein will toss it over to McGinnis. And the Bulldogs are down to their final outs. Here's Cale Webster. Webster 2 for 4. 2 singles, 1 run scored for Webster, as well as a pair of bounce outs to second. First pitch. Curveball from Nicoletto. Ball 1. The 1-0. In there for strike 1. 1-1. 1-1. Strike 2 called. So Webster down to the final strike here. One and 2. The pitch to Webster. Fouled just wide of the dugout up the first base line. 1 and 2. We'll do it again. One, 2 is the grounder up the third baseline. Nicoletto off the mound. Throw to first, not in time. And Webster legs out the infield single. And that'll bring to the plate Cruz Newman. Tying run at first, winning run at the plate in the form of Cruz Newman. Well, we had a pair out of here yesterday. Actually, it won out here yesterday, but he's hit 2 in 2 days. First pitch to Newman. He ducks out of there, ball 1. One 0 to Newman. 2-0. And that's in there for strike 2. It almost looked as if Newman was taking all the way. And Nicoletto, the junior, got the curveball in there. So it's 2-1 the count from the Aussie to Newman. 2-1 pitch. That one inside, 3-1. Dan Stewart waits on deck for the Cougars. Excuse me, for the Bulldogs. Cougars on the mound, 3-1. And Newman has walked. A pair of 2-out base runners. Down to second goes Webster. He represents the tying run. Newman, the winning run at first. And here's Dan Stewart, 1 for 3 today. A bases loaded walk, scored a run, and a single scored a run. And we're going to have yet another visit to the mound out of the Columbia College bullpen. And it looks like somebody sprinted out of the dugout to start taking some throws. Not from the dugout, from the bullpen. Let's see what the situation here. The entire infield meeting on the mound. And it looks like Nicoletto will stay. Stewart to the plate, 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the ninth, his team down 1. Stewart goes to right field, a base hit. DeSonia charging, rounding third. Webster coming to the plate. The throw will sail over everybody. And we're tied at 8. And the winning run all the way around to third in the form of Newman. Stewart's third RBI of the game. And to the plate will be third baseman Dante Leach. Nicoletto, the pitch is a strike called to Leach. Leach on the night, 1 for 3. A double, a strikeout, and a pop-out was lifted for a pinch hitter in the 8th. He returned. That's a ground ball towards second. Diving stop made by Fleckenstein over there. The throw pulls the runner, the first baseman, off the bag. The run scores, and Tennessee Wesleyan is going to Idaho. Columbia College vehemently arguing that the first baseman held on to the bag. Almost so that I think an umpire got pushed over there. But Tennessee Wesleyan rallies from an 8-4 deficit with 3 in the 8th, 2 more in the 9th, and let's hold on because we are having an umpires conference over here on the third base side. The Columbia College coach pleads his case, and that's going to be it. The decision will stand, and Tennessee Wesleyan is going to the 67th NAIA World Series in Lewiston, Idaho, and an absolutely crushing defeat for the Columbia College Cougars. Final numbers here for Columbia, 8 runs on 10 hits. That was charged an error on the final play of the game. Columbia leaves 8 men on base. For Tennessee Wesleyan, 9 runs on 12 hits. They commit 1 error, and Tennessee Wesleyan officially leaves 9 men on base as well. The winning pitcher in relief, Julian Berenti, who goes to 1-1 for Tennessee Wesleyan. And the loser is Caden Nicoletto, who drops to 0-1 on the year. 2 home runs in the game. Tyler Wren, a 2-run shot in the first for Columbia, his 14th of the year. A 2-run shot for Braden McGinnis in the 5th, his 17th. Tennessee Wesleyan improves to 40-16 on the year in Columbia. The crushing defeat, they fall to 39-16 on the campaign. What a week it's been here in Kingsport at Hunter Wright Stadium at the Kingsport Bracket, the first round of the 2024 NAIA National Championship. Congratulations to all 4 teams. Congratulations to the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. Good luck in Idaho. I certainly want to thank everyone here at the Southeast Sports Network for having the hometown guy on the mic. Thanks to the outstanding production crew, all those behind the scenes. First-class operation the Southeast Sports Network conducts. And thanks once again to all the folks at Visit Kingsport that make this first-round opportunity a realization once again here in our great city of Kingsport, Tennessee. Hope everybody enjoyed their trip to Kingsport. drive safely going home. We'll see everyone in Lewiston, Idaho. I'm Steve Wilmoth from Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport, Tennessee. So long on the Southeast Sports Network.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Schrei Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Schrei Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Schrei Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.